up, you guys? Back at y'all with another video. We're talking about spring practice. As y'all saw, we're gonna have actual live clips in the first half part of the show, and the other part is gonna be us breaking down the stats, how the players played, and then give my personal opinion of what I think of the play of spring ball day one.
All about chilling. Pull the track back, roll, motherfucker, wanna hear the click clack. What you spit like a motherfucker.
Now, you've watched those clips, you've seen how they were. Here's the deal, here's my analysis. I'm going to give you guys first the status and the deal, things of note. And I'm going to be looking a lot at my notes, so I'm sorry for those who hate it and think it's distracting. I'm on the camera, I'm going to try my best. I can't memorize it all. Quarterback competition, individual drills rotation was Jarren Williams first, second Perry, and third Tate Martell. Kind of interesting. Now, for those who have not checked it out, news broke already. Right here, I'm going to have the link. My reaction, Tate Martell is officially approved to play in 2019. We talked about it the day before that, predicted that, hey, with the news of Cade Whelan transferring, it's got to be happening. Boom, it did. Maybe it's coincidence, maybe not, but there it is. He's approved to play. So this is a huge, huge, highly competitive game right now. Martell made some impressive throws to Wiggins. He made some nice passes, and they had serious zip on them. People said that were there, but he had some misses. He had players dropping them and such. He wasn't honestly the most accurate passer at all. Just so you guys know, he was not the most accurate passer at all. Now, he did impress on his ability to run on and implement, plays and keep them going sometimes. That did happen. The other thing that I want to mention is he was first in 7-on-7 drills, but keep in mind, that has nothing to do right now. The roster, Diaz said it himself, is just based on how they perform in their workouts and all that, but really, in March, nobody... Don't overanalyze the starting positions, but I'll still give them out because it's kind of interesting to see who is, given a chance, who's at number 1 right now. Interesting thought is Carson Proctor, quarterback with number 11 in the videos. He actually threw a really nice pass to Michael Irvin second, and it's just really great to see Michael Irvin back. He's back 100% healthy, recovering from his injury, so that's really good to know. N'Kosi Perry was throwing some dimes to Harley for touchdowns, who beat Gervin Hall out. Enos and the assistants were on fire. On fire. This video is going to be long. I'm going to be really analyzing. So hold on. I'm going to throw some interesting stuff down the late. But they would get on these quarterbacks. In fact, it was said that this quarterback group was the loudest positional group of all of them. Enos was getting onto him, screaming his head off. They had punishment of 10 push-ups if they were doing stuff that he didn't want them to do. So it was very, very nice to see that. I mean, he'd shoot it out for not lining up right. The quarterback room is going to get the work in. It's going to get the work in. Now, the next part I'm going to talk about is wide receiver competition. The wide receiver competition, well, KJ Osborne was lining up with Wiggins and Harley in the slot. The guys that impressed were Osborne for sure. He looked like a man among boys. He is definitely not a fluke pick up, I don't think at all. I think he's going to be a starter. I expect him to make huge noise in the year and be just a baller for Miami. Peyton really impressed too, the fresh wide receiver 4-star guy that we picked up. So expect him to be at least in the rotation. But again, this is day 1 spring ball. But this is just, preliminary stuff. And spring ball is, sometimes players switch positions and stuff right now. So just keep that in mind. Don't take these too literal, okay? The guy who didn't impress was Hightower. Hightower dropped some passes and such, which was unfortunate, sad to see. It wasn't like he was completely awful, but he was definitely not on 100% on his A game. And Enos even said that, hey, and I'll have the interview at the end of the video, but it wasn't a perfect day. It was not a perfect day. There's improvement to be made. The other part that I want to talk about is O-line. The O-line starter guys were as follows. Left tackle, we had DJ Scape Jr., left guard, Navon Dawson. Center was Corey Gaynor. Right guard was Zalante Hillary. And right tackle, John Campbell Jr. So, that was your starting lineup at offensive line. Very surprised not to see Kennedy there. And maybe another guy or two some people wanted to see. But this is... Don't overanalyze it. Do not overanalyze it. But that's just what it was. Some news and notes, which is, fun for us Canes fans to know about. Secondary starters. Vandy and Blades were at cornerback. But, the safeties were Carter, which no problem there, and Knowles at safety. So, don't overanalyze again, but it's like, oh, okay. Give them a chance to see what it's at. I really like Bandy and Blade starting at cornerback. I'd love to see those guys. If not them, I'd love to see the new recruit that we stole from Alabama being all around there. That'd be pretty sweet. So, we'll see what goes on there. But that's just, some little news and, rumors and stuff that you didn't see in the videos. The other thing is defensive line. These were the starters that they had. It was defensive tackles John Ford with Pat Bethel. Defensive end was Scott Patcham and Jonathan Garvin. But, again, don't overanalyze this. Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, spring ball, it doesn't matter. But that's what it was. Side note, injuries. Wilder, the linebacker, he's obviously not going to be probably a starter with the core 3 there, but he was out, and he's probably going to be out for all of spring ball with the neck. It's still bothering him, apparently, and that's the injury he's dealing with. Brian Plumlee, he's going to be limited because of his knee, but you will see him later on. Lingard, unfortunately, was also out due to his knee. Very unfortunate to see that for me. I was really, really high on Lingard. I really hope he gets a really good look at least getting in the rotation in third place, maybe second. I think he's got huge potential, but the knee is still there, still bothering him, so we'll see him later on in spring practice and fall practice 100% hopefully. McLeod was also limited due to his hand, but nothing, big deal there. So this is the notes and my analysis and just stuff that's very interesting and fun for you guys to know. First off, what's notable is the energy. It was hashtag TNM all over. It was, people were jiving, people were excited, working really hard. Guys are getting ripped to shreds apart. Good plays are being made too. Mistakes are being made also, but it was just effort. It was excitement. It was a really solid looking performance for day one spring ball. The rain happened. There was rain going on in Coral Gables, but nobody didn't care because guess what? Nice indoor facility, which is a great addition for the U. Really excited to us be able to utilize that. The next thing of note, if you didn't hear it from one player or two or three, everyone was saying motion. There's so many motions on the offense. It's a very complicated offense. And the defense was talking about like, hey, I mean, Enos is throwing some difficult stuff to us. The motion's everywhere, which is great. It's going to get us, adjusted and become even better players with better communication and vision. And the offensive players themselves were like, yeah, it's kind of hard to get around, but it's going to be popping and we're going to get TDs all the time. Brevin George is excited. He was like, dude, we're going to get touchdowns like crazy. It's awesome. Another thing is that I wanted to mention is plays are being made, but Eno said, hey, it could improve. It could improve. But a lot of stuff was noted on the offensive side of the ball, is my perspective, which is great to see because last spring everyone's just going like, wow, this defense might be even better than last year, and it was better than 17 and 18, but it didn't matter. The offense was darn awful, and they, were kind of quiet about the offense, thinking, it'll be okay, it'll be fine. No, and this year, starting different energies, both offense and defense have had some really good performances. They're doing really well, but it's going to be actually competitive, because the offense couldn't do crap going on the defense in practice even last year. And so it's interesting to see that. Cam Davis made a play that just wowed everyone. It was on Pickney, I believe. He got chewed out. I mean, Banda was running after players to the other side of the end zone, chewing them out. So defense is going to be the same nasty, ferocious, but the offense is going to be more complicated, motions, and just getting fine-tuned. So this is exciting stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Please smash that like button. Hit the subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video. This is just my analysis, and here, check out Enos and what he had to say.
As they say, Rome was not built in a day. Certainly, we didn't expect him come out here and be clean, 100% clean, and certainly we were not that. But I do think there's a lot of guys that have a lot of want to. Have been very eager to learn. They've been a really good group to work with thus far, and obviously we have a lot of corrections to make from today. But I think obviously we got a lot of stuff, different things in, and certainly being able to do that early will only help us in the long run. And I think they all understand the reasons why we doing some of the things that we're going to do. But certainly there's going to be some growing pains that come along with that.
What are your first impressions of the quarterbacks, just being on the field with them and actually going through?
I liked all their. I thought they all had really good demeanor today, and that's part of it. Playing the position isn't just about the physical qualities; it's about a lot of the intangible things. And I like their demeanor. I like their attitudes. I thought they did a good job of trying to stay composed with a lot of chaos and things going on, as you would expect on the first day. I see some guys with some live arms. I think some guys got some athleticism as well. So certainly it was really good to get out here with them and be able to work with them mechanically. Obviously a lot of things we've done has all been structurally and the mental part of it, but to be out here with them physically and start working through some of the kinks in their footwork and their throwing mechanics was really good to see. But I did like the way they all attacked today.
Dan, it sounds like you're challenging these guys mentally more than maybe what they've been used to. How's that adjustment going?
Well, again, I can't speak for what they did because I didn't study them, so I'm not sure where they were before. But I do know this: I know that within our system, there's a lot of detailed things that need to be taken care of. Just within not just knowing how to, what to do, but you got to know how to do it. And then when our defense is very multiple to see the different things. So along with that, there's a lot of window dressing, there's shifts, there's motions, there's personnel groupings and alignments and different things they have to get accustomed to. But again, I think that we knew there would be a learning curve. There has been, but I certainly think that we got some guys that are very bright, and I think a lot of the guys have done a really good job of trying to learn things on their own and do things and study. And so we've challenged them. The things that we're going to try to do are hopefully going to put us in a situation to make our team better.
I'm a